Hello, StethoSociety users. My name is Vardhan. I'm recording on the 3rd of February 2021. It's currently 1:10 in the morning. Recording for the 2nd of February. So, just want to give a quick development update for you guys. So, for the past few days since the last update, I've been working a lot on just general things, basically things that you won't notice if they're done right. Basically, making the UI work well on mobile, making it work well with light mode, and some other features. I'll talk about all of that, but basically, this just basically has been like maintenance work. Things you'll be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, but they take a lot of time to work on. So I've just been doing all of that. So, let me see where we were at. So I've been talking to Abhijit from Abhijit Archives. He has some great insights, and yeah, I mean, just phenomenal, dude. I think, yeah. So we added bundles. That is something he suggested. So basically, you can create notes, right? And I don't know why this didn't hit me, but he suggested having bundles, right? Bundles of notes. That is genius. Because if you have a bunch of neurology notes, or if you have a bunch of, I don't know, a physiology note, I'm not a doctor. If you have a bunch of medicine notes, if you have a bunch of surgery notes, if you have a bunch of pathology notes, you can group them up like that, right? I don't know why it didn't occur to me, but great idea, dude. So I added that. Obviously, I had to integrate it seamlessly with the whole website. So, adding stuff to bundles. I added bundles, like majority of bundles in one night. And I think that was the night I wrote the most amount of code, like in terms of just sheer amount, because I copied a lot of it from collections. You'll notice some similarities. So you just have to go through every line and make sure that you make the right changes. But a lot of this is copied and ported over from collections. So I added that. Obviously, it's seamlessly integrated through the whole website, where you can see the bundles that the person has. You can see their notes. You go to their shop. You can see their bundles as well. All of that stuff. One of my friends, I was showing him the website, and he said, "Why don't you I was talking to him about all the feedback users have given to me. He was like, "Dude, you should have a suggest a feature feature." And I was like, "Yeah, good idea." I did actually think of that at one point, but I just thought, it's not worth it. This is after I implemented the reporting feature. A lot of things have to put a lot of thought into this thing. So what I did basically right now is, if you do have some feedback, please email it to me or just DM me on Instagram. I'm sure I'll get to it 100%. Because at this point we don't have that many users. I have time on hand, so if you do give me any feedback, I'll take it, and I'll take it to heart. So basically, a lot of the time was just spent fiddling around and making it look great for mobile, because I know a lot more people use mobile than PC. I love working on the PC, but I understand a lot more people would use this on mobile, and I got to make it great. I want to make it so good for them. Look, it's all about delighting you, to be honest. If you're not delighted, I have not done my job well. So if you see a problem with the light UI, please let me know. If you see a problem with responsiveness, basically, if it doesn't work well on the phone, let me know. Let me know where I messed up. Shout at me. That's okay. Right? Because it's about you, man. Like, if I don't satisfy you, I have not done the job right. So yeah, just a huge amount of time goes into making a website responsive and making it usable for both the UIs. You might be wondering, dude, what is left? Okay, actually, one more thing before I get to what is left. I've been working really hard to make it even more difficult for people to sell your notes, or I don't know, even almost pirate them on. I've just been trying to reduce piracy. So the way we do that is we basically put the name and the email ID of the customer randomly sprinkled throughout and like various angles, and it's just sprinkled throughout every page, right? So I think that helps because you don't want your name and your watermark, or sorry, your email to be leaked to everyone. We do that. And actually, more importantly, now what I've started doing is even the password for each of the PDFs now will be your email. So now it's even more tedious to share them. The one thing I have to be really careful about is I have to make it just difficult enough for people to not be worth their effort. But I also don't want to make it so tedious to open the PDF every single time that most people find it horrible, right? It's a very fine line. Frankly, I don't know where it is. And you guys, please let me know. When you use the product, you'll understand that you have to jump through all these hoops. More things about, I could get into more technical details about how we do the PDF, because it's actually, frankly, to be quite honest, I don't know, I use so many words there. It's quite interesting. The nerd inside of me is just like, oh my god, this is what you should talk about. But I know most of you aren't interested in that. I've been today I spent like a lot of hours trying to make it even more difficult, and to be honest, it's an uphill battle, because the people who wanna pirate things, they have a lot better tools, and all I have is my code editor or text editor. But to be honest, that is a very powerful tool in of itself, so I take that back. But I've been trying super hard to make it like just difficult enough. I know I can never make it like just unshareable, because people will share it, right? I just have to make it like not worth their while. It's the same thing with bicycle locks. You know your lock can be broken, you know it can be picked. Your goal with a bicycle lock is to make the next lock easier to pick, or sorry, the next cycle easier to steal. It isn't to save your cycle, because god, they can't do that. It's just to make it a little bit more effort so that people steal other people's bike. I'm sorry, that's just the way it works, and that is what I'm trying to do. I just want to be that little lock on your bicycle that makes it not worth a person's while. And me saying that will actually aggravate a lot more people, so I shouldn't have said that, but I had to make it clear why I'm doing this. And yeah, so right now, one thing I'm actually still waiting for is getting the payment KYC done. To be honest, I should have started earlier. My bad. That is actually my fault, and feel free to shout at me for that. I have to also work on making the watermarks for the photos better. Sorry, it's just a difficult thing. PDFs are much easier to deal with, because the way I serve PDFs, you can see one PDF at a time, but photos you see a lot of them at one time, so it's much more complicated to do it for photos. Also at the same time, I think it's more secure to do it. Like it's more difficult to implement, but once implemented, it's easier for photos, because you can't really mess a lot with photos. Like it's more difficult. So there are a lot of PDF editing tools that will remove watermarks and such. Although I have tried to fight against that. Okay, it's a whole. One day I'll tell you the whole story of the battle, but not today. And I'm getting so I tried the payments on the desktop and it works very well. But when I use it on the phone, it doesn't. I don't know why I'm getting an error from the API, the Razorpay API, about the phone. So basically, when you give an order, it's supposed to return the user that bought it, right? But it's returning an anonymous user, and it's the weirdest thing, dude. When I use the same website on desktop, it works, but when I switch it to mobile, it doesn't work. I don't understand the issue. Like, I use it on the same, like, so I don't bring out a phone and use it. I do it on the PC, but I just change the aspect ratio to a phone's, or the size to a phone's, and I build it there. But it just, I don't know what the problem is, to be honest. um so I'll have to spend a bunch of time figuring that out. And it's like basically what happens is you do all this stuff, and all the stuff that you don't want to do gets piled up, and then you have this like big wall of I don't know a good word, like poof or you have to just deal with all of that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But it's, to be honest, it's not a lot of work. I'm sure by the time I'm done with the KYC, I'll be done with watermarking for the images and the mobile payment and whatever. I think I'll fix that tomorrow itself. Also for the images, let me know if you want a grid, because right now I have a carousel basically, which means you can swipe and it just goes around and round and round and round, right? Or do you want like the 3x3 grid of images that you can see and tap on and expand? I don't know. Let me know. I think a grid might be more helpful, but a carousel gives you like a better preview. So I don't know. I think it depends on the number of images, but I think a grid actually might be a better way to go. Seems like I'll have to do that. Let me quickly add that. Okay, so what will be coming in the next update? The dashboard for creators, reporting notes, and also buying bundles. Actually, I was showing my sister what I had done. I was like, have a look at this, and she said, yeah, good job. And I showed her the bundles, and she intuitively went, oh, so I can buy those, right? And I was like, no. That's going to be another, like, that would be quite a good amount of work as well. So yeah, that would be update 1.1. I just want to release the update, man. I really want to. Just yeah. Okay, thank you for listening to me ramble on about for like 12 hours, not 12 hours, 12 minutes. I know it's not the most interesting for most people, but hey, just have to give you the most precise and concise and well, not concise actually, the most precise and transparent information on what's been going on. Because to be honest, it gets sort of lonely sometimes, because I'm just working on this alone, writing a lot of code, figuring out the problems on my own. So yeah, it does get lonely at times, and it's a lot of work. I won't lie, but this is nothing compared to a doctor. But I do my studies and then I do this. It got a lot of time, but yeah, it's worth it. It's worth it. Like, YouTube is fine and all, but this is worth the effort. Anyways, sorry. My troubles aside, I hope you enjoyed this and got a lot of value. And yeah, I'll try and make the next one shorter. Thank you for listening to me. Bye bye.